I grinded Arena a little bit to get my 4-star Silk from the milestones earlier this morning, just because I wanted to get content out on her right now, because she is already one of my favorite champions to play. I love the hyper-aggressive playstyle. Her kit is so utility-packed, it's insane. And yeah, she's just a really fun champion. So I have, I think, 9 fights here where I just want to show you guys how some of these defenders that she just completely shuts down. First up is Dragon Man. The advantages Silk has to this fight is the stun on the heavy to remove his power gain, the evade to take no block damage from his SP2. And yeah, I mean, it's really simple how this Dragon Man fight goes, because he's not going to have any power gain when you throw a heavy attack and stuff. And you can just evade the SP2. It's a really fun time. So anyway, that's the first fight. That was against my rank 5 Dragon Man. This one's against my 7-star MCoC. And as we all know, MCoC's got that lovely SP2 that everyone hates. And ignore that. But we're just going to evade it, no problem. And it's pretty silly, honestly. This evade mechanic is absolutely ridiculous. I love its existence. It's so fun. It's so amazing. It could honestly get tuned down. I hope not. I don't think it will, but that would suck if it did. And I threw a relic on Silk just so you can see how the combo strings work, I guess, with her kit. How you can gain extra Furies from using the relic and stuff. It's not going to come up too often because the fight ends usually before the relic gets charged, but when you're doing Battlegrounds, and Battlegrounds has all those relic enhanced nodes to make it charge faster and start with a lot more energy, she's going to be absolutely ridiculous because of how quick that relic is going to charge and how it's already half charged and stuff. And yeah, her damage is just going to go through the roof when you have access to that earlier. Like, most of the time I feel like it's just going to be SP2 and dead, because you're going to have that relic ready so early. And a lot of hate was coming for Silk when her deep dive came out, but honestly, man, she's so ridiculous. It was so undeserved. And I know people are like super annoyed that the champion really benefits from her relic so much, because a lot of people just hate relics out there, and it's just like, you can't complain about that. You literally just have to throw one relic on her, and you get them so easily in this game. Like, I don't understand how you can possibly complain about needing, or not even needing, but just strongly benefiting from a relic on this champion. It's kind of ridiculous, but people complain about everything. That's just something I've learned. And so that was a nice evade on Gore's SP2. And another thing about Silk is that in her Awaken ability, she will heal reverse. For a 4-star, it's 100% heal reduction when they're in the corner, but if you can get her as a 5-star or a 6-star, that goes up to 150% to where you're actually completely inverting it. And yeah, she's actually crazy for Gore, because you never have to worry about that SP2, and then just don't block, try to intercept, and if you want to bait SP1s, it's not really a big deal. Just block, intercept, and you'll never have to worry about that SP2. It's really fun. Next up, Maw. Maw, you can use your heavy attack to charge, and then if you knock him down with it, you remove his thing that makes you miss. Lovely takedown, just another really hard counter. There's just so many champs in this game that her kit completely hard counters. It's so great. Next up is Mordo. Mordo's a little harder because you can't really counter him until you get him in the corner with Silk, but now that he's completely shut down. We have the slow, we can heavy attack whenever we want now because the slow exists. And yeah, we're doing a little bit risky with the heavy attack into his block, but like 90% of the time the AI is not going to punish that. And we throw the SP2, it does a bunch of damage, get him with the light, stand up intercept, and he dies. Super easy. And a lot of these fights are going to be finishing a lot quicker than they would in Battlegrounds, because just the way with health pools scaling and stuff, it's very different in practice fights. But you're not even supposed to focus on the damage. That's not what the point of this video. The point of this video is how Silk shuts down champs with her utilities and her evade. And yeah, that's the reason. That's basically the moral of what you're supposed to get out of this video. And she's gonna Like, this right here is going to look like a lot of damage, and it is a lot of damage. But, again, that's not the point. I could have dexed, like, completely evaded Doom's SP2. I just didn't even get to it in that fight. And I hate Doom's SP2, just like I hate this next champ, Bishop's SP2. I always screw up against those two. I'm terrible at dexing them, but with Silk, I feel safe now, because I can push them to SP2 and not have to worry about it, because there's the evade. I don't get it back for another 20 hits in my combo, but that's really easy for Silk because of her double mediums and just her hyper aggressiveness to begin with. And yeah, he's about dead now. So another takedown, just another really rough defender. And finally, I think this is the last one, Rintrah. Rintrah was showcased a lot in the deep dive, but I'll explain to you a bit further of how she counters Rintrah. One, when you get him in the corner, he's never going to go unstoppable if she's awakened because of the slow. You're also take 90% less damage from ruptures if you happen to get ruptures on you, which doesn't normally happen, but yeah, another thing is that with Rintrah's super high health pool, playing aggressive with him is the way you want to go usually, and Silk does that super easily with her evade. And yeah, you just completely destroy him. Also, Sunder. The Sunder on the SP2 removes his crit resist. More damage. The Sunder is such a good ability for Silk. There's just so much I can praise about this champ and so little time I can do it. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're as excited for Silk as I am.